Well, welcome back to another GK's Amazing Tasmania video. In this one, we're going to go to the Geographic Centre of Tasmania. We're going to begin our journey in Miena or Miena, whichever way you want to pronounce it, and go across to the Geographical Centre of Tasmania, and then journey up the Lyell Highway to Queenstown. So we start off things, we'll turn off the Highland Lakes Road and head on to the Marlborough Highway and go past the Great Lake Hotel and Great Lake General Store at Miena or Miena, as you've just seen. Now don't be put off by the snow, the sleet and the rain that you're going to see here. It's not a difficult journey provided you take care, and perhaps when you do it you might have better weather. We will show you what can happen when you don't take care on slippery roads as we come across a fairly bad accident, but we'll get to that a little bit later. And you've got to read these signs. There's plenty of signs along the way telling you you've got to be careful, and perhaps that sometimes this road will be closed. If the weather is that severe, it will be closed. So we leave Miena and soon are on an unpaved road, the Marlborough, and we're heading for the bitumen at the other end of this road when we arrive at Bronte Park. I'll show you plenty of footage so you can see what the roads are like. Now this portion of the road coming up here is probably the most difficult you'll face, and thankfully my co-pilot was alert and she told me there was a truck coming down the hill headed for the bridge. So I pulled over and I let him pass, as you're about to see here. It's a one-lane bridge anyway, but best to get out of the big truck's way. I'll let you know that he gave us a big thumbs up, and after that we carried on. Go across the bridge now, and we do meet another car on the way up this bit of a ridge here, and as I say, this is probably the toughest part of the road, so don't be put off. So there's another car here. I went to pull over here, but he had pulled over up the top, so I thought, well, I won't waste each other's time and I'll carry on, and then we can pass each other, give each other a friendly little wave, and we'll move on. So for the first part of this journey, there's plenty of open type country, and then there's plenty of forest to travel through, and that is until you reach the bitumen at Bronte Park. I'll show you just some of this part here. There's a lot of this forest. You see the snow there. Alright, we thankfully passed Bronte Park. And then shortly after that we reached the intersection of the Marlborough and the Lyell highways, and we're going to turn left here, and it's not very far to the monument that marks the dead centre of Tasmania, but we're going to take a little detour first, and we're going to visit the Bronte Lagoon and campsite, which, as you can see, it's just down the road from that intersection where the two highways intersect. I want to show you where you can put a boat in and perhaps camp if you like. So we'll just watch this bit of footage. You can see what the road in is like and what you can expect when you get there. I do suggest if you're going to do this, if you're going to camp here, you do it on a dry day, because the campsite was quite wet. We did have a look around it. It was pretty wet. You wouldn't want to set up in this weather. So this is the Bronte Dam, Bronte Lagoon. Put a boat in there. And we're going to cross here to the campsite. So we head back out to the highway, we turn right, continue our journey. It's not that far, it's only a few minutes down the road to the dead centre, and there's a monument that marks that spot. Alright, so here we are at the Geographical Centre of Tasmania. The monument is going to tell us our coordinates are latitude 42 degrees, 10 minutes and 54 seconds south, and our longitude is 146 degrees, 30 minutes, 0 seconds east. You'll see those numbers come up on your screen. So there it is, that's the monument. It marks the Geographic Centre of Tasmania. Now, we're going to take a quick rip up the Lyell highway to Queenstown. We do come across a serious accident because, as you'll see, the road is very slippery with the sleet and the snow and the rain. Here's some beautiful shots of the mountains you'll see, snow-covered mountains. See, the road is pretty treacherous, to be honest. Don't be put off. It's not always like this, but perhaps this is good that you see it like this so you know what you might be in for, because you just don't know when it's going to snow over this way. There are plenty of signs warning about how treacherous the road can be when it's raining or there's snow or ice on the ground, so just take it easy. We drove past this accident. I can't tell you anything about it. I did research it. I couldn't find anything on the news, but I do hope that the people are safe and recovered, because I'd say they have to be injured because the car was overturned in the ditch and the roof appeared to be crushed. So I hope there's no major injuries, and if there are injured, that they recover. Thank you to all the SES, police and ambulance who are out there and taking care of people when things like this happen. They do a great job. If you take this road, you'll go past the Derwent Bridge Hotel. It was closed the day we were there. You can see it's got a lot of water there. They were closed that day. Then we quickly blast through Linda. This is the Royal Hotel, 1910 it's marked as. And then just up the road is Gormanston. And then after that, we see the monument to the opening of this West Coast Road in 1932. Then we arrive at the lookout, which looks over Queenstown. Now I'm going to show you a tiny bit of the road down into Queenstown, as it is very windy with a few tight bends. We plan to do a future video with more details on Gormanston and Queenstown. Since we ran out of time, the lack of light didn't make it possible. Alright, so we'll leave it there. Here we are in Queenstown at the end of our journey. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, drop us a comment, and remember to subscribe, as we have so many more videos of out-of-the-way places in Tasmania to come. So until next time, take care. and hooroo.